Hello, it is week 8, and this is a 14-week class, so we are starting the second half of the course. Let's see, today is Thursday, April 1st, so I'll be opening up the next week tomorrow, Friday, April 2nd. But because of spring break is next week, Monday, April 5th through that Friday. Because of spring break, you're actually going to have almost 2 weeks to complete this next module. So these assignments will be due on April 15th. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to this spring break week. It's been a good semester, but it's been extremely busy, and I'm looking forward to a break. So I don't plan on grading any assignments this week. I'll be on break. And if you want to start early, that's fine. But as for me, I will be enjoying my time. A couple things from previous weeks. On the multiple intelligence lab, which was maybe 2 weeks ago, you were supposed to draw a pie chart. You were supposed to draw a bar graph, and then you answered some questions. And you all did a really good job with that lab. But one common mistake was on the pie chart. And a lot of you use some type of internet pie chart creator. I don't know. It was really good. They look great. Very few people hand drew their pie chart, which was fine. I hand drew mine. But a lot of you use some type of drawing device. But you did not include the percentage. Without the percentages, it's a piece of artwork, but it's not a pie chart. You have to delineate the percentage that matches each piece of that pie, and they have to be reasonable. So if your pie piece is like approximately 1/4% of the pie, then that percentage has to be around 25%. If your pie piece is approximately half of the circle, then that percentage would have to be about 50%. A pie chart has to add up to 100%. So some of you did not have your percentages, and I did have to take off points for that. Otherwise, I love that lab. I got some good feedback on that lab. I think it's super interesting, and it's something that you'll always think about. I think about it now all the time, just like how I am a self person. I got up early this morning just to have 30 minutes to myself before my day started. Okay, so that was a couple weeks ago. In addition, we had a reflection discussion board where you gave me some just tidbits on what has worked well for you and what maybe I could do differently. You all were very complimentary. I really appreciate it. And a lot of people spoke very highly of Hawks. That makes me happy. So it sounds like Hawks is working well for you, and that was good. Speaking of, we had our test, and I am pleased to announce virtually everyone that is participating in our course took the test. Wonderful job. We really didn't have any issues. We had one person that had some issues with ProctorU, but she worked hard and got that resolved and was able to complete the test at another time. Kimba came and took it with me, and Troy took it with me, and Harmony. And unfortunately, when you all came to see me, my students were taking a test at the time, so we really didn't get to catch up that much. But it was nice to see you three, and we will be having another proctor test. Again, it seemed to go really well, really didn't have any major issues. So great job. Those grades are on Moodle, and that is right now taking a big portion of your grade. So please look that up on Moodle. You have a mean, median, and mode lab. It's due tonight at midnight. Now, I'm recording this on Thursday, April 1st. I won't be uploading it until Friday. So anyway, the lab was due Thursday, April 1st at midnight. If you did not do it, maybe you forgot about it with the big test or whatever, go ahead and do it Friday or Saturday. It's 10 points off per day late. You do not want to get a 0. It is a simple, straightforward lab. So please watch my video, look at my notes, and complete that lab if you haven't. If you're watching this and you have not submitted it, it is late, but anything is better than a 0. 20 is better than a 0. And then this week, again, I'm using that term loosely because for me, I'm on spring break. But you may decide to go ahead and start your next week of assignments. This week, we're going to start linear and exponential equations. Linear equations, if you were to graph them, it would be a straight line. And, excuse me, exponential equations, if you were to graph them, they kind of form a shape that looks sort of like a skateboard ramp. So it would be a sharp curve, and it could go in the opposite direction. They're variations, but an exponential equation is not a straight line. And what we're going to focus on this week, you have one lab to do, and it is a COVID lab. So you're going to read an article. As you're reading the article, you're going to fill out the questions on the lab. The article and the lab are written in the same order. So those questions on the lab match up exactly with the order of the article. So you're going to read the article. It talks about the COVID numbers and whether or not they best fit a linear model or an exponential model. And they give you formulas. They tell you what the formulas represent. It's a really good article, and it fits in perfectly with this week's lesson. In addition, we're going to have a discussion board, and I'm going to try to post my discussion board Friday morning. And you're going to answer some questions about your COVID experience. Thought this would be a good week to discuss that because that's what our lab is on. And, you know, just some things that COVID has, in some ways, it has impacted your life. And then the final question on the discussion board is about the vaccine. How do you feel about the vaccine? Are you going to take the vaccine? As you know, if you watched my video last week, I had my second dose of the vaccine last Thursday. And when I made my video last Thursday, I was feeling really good. I had only been home about an hour, and all was well. Well, unfortunately, Friday afternoon through Saturday, it was just a nosedive. But I still stand by the vaccine. I am on the way to being fully vaccinated. You have to wait 2 weeks after the second shot. But I just wanted to get from you, I feel like a lot of young people, and I mean 18 to 30, 18 to 40, are not getting the vaccine. They're choosing not to. I know it hasn't completely opened up to that sector of our population anyway. But anyway, we're going to talk about the vaccine. We're going to talk about COVID. Be respectful with your responses. We all have different opinions. We've had different experiences. We've had different hardships through this time. But I'm looking forward to reading your discussion post this week on that, because it's been a year and the world has completely changed. And I never in a million years thought anything like this experience that we've been through was even possible. So we're going to talk about that in our discussion board. Again, I will be on break this week, as in like not available. So I will be back Monday, April, I think it's, well, let's see. I will be back Monday, April 12th. When I say back, I mean like back grading papers, back grading labs, back on discussion boards, just back to work. But I will be taking this week off. I'm going to open up the next section just so you have plenty of time. That'll give you let's see, 13 days to get the week's assignments due. So I hope you have a great week. Whatever your spring break looks like, I hope it is rejuvenating. And I'll see you Friday, April 16th with another video. Have a good week.